Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another daily transfer news stream, ladies and gentlemen. The Premier League is going to be back, soon. And we're here to talk about all things transfer window related because there are so much news. Arsenal news, City news, United news, Liverpool news. There's a lot to talk about. So big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This is Football if you're ready to do so. Big up to Jack already for the super chat. I'm going to get to that in a second. Please slap the like button. Please subscribe. I love the fact that as soon as I open my chat, all the mods and everyone is just telling everyone to like and subscribe. You guys are iconic, man. This is the support that we need. So those of you watching us, just hit this X button right here. Hit the like button right here. See? Very simple. 150 people. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. And then we take it from there. So let's get to 100 likes ASAP. And as per usual, guys, on the, daily transfer news stream, I let you guys decide. So one word answers in the chat right now. No life stories, no paragraphs. Who you want us to start with? One word answers right now. One word answer in the chat only. There you are. You think Ray is a threat to me or anyone in this chat? If you're a grown man with normal muscles and just normal things, John, you could take on Ray with a finger. I genuinely believe I could beat Ray up with like 3 fingers. Like, I actually believe that. I don't know if that's crazy, but I think I can actually take him on with 3 fingers and the other hand behind my back. You think Ray is a thing? Why is everyone saying Hamza? There's no Hamza on the screen. Who's Hamza? Who's Hamza, bro? Why you guys keep saying Hamza? I know Hamza's the guy. Hamza's a goat of football YouTube, but I'm just trying to ask you who you want me to start with. I said start with Hamza. Bro, who's Hamza? Hamza is definitely not Calafiori. Hamza is definitely not Calafiori, you guys. Hamza is definitely not Calafiori. So, Calafiori is obviously the most repeated comment in the chat, which is what I expected. Let me read the super chat first from Jack. Jackie lads, he sends in the first super chat of the stream. Big up to you, Jack, man. Always supporting the channel. And he's Scouse as well. So all the people who claim, oh my God, Hussam is hated by all Scousers. You just don't speak for everyone, do you? And Calafiori has a 2-part segment. There's the Liverpool segment and there's the Arsenal segment. So if you're an Arsenal fan, stick around because I'm going to tell you why this is a fantastic signing. If you're a Liverpool fan, stick around as well because I'm going to tell you why we are a crap club in the transfer market. Big up my guy Jack, who says, as usual, we have top Reds on X claiming we don't need to do business. Salah's 32, Van Dijk 32, Robbo 30, Endo 31, but we don't need to shop apparently. Fuming. What's funny about this? I spoke to Marius today on my Snap, and we actually had a good conversation, to be fair. But there's, like sometimes I'm not. He says, like, one of his problems with my content is the fact that I speak like I'm a prophet and I'm always right. I told him, listen, I get a lot of stuff wrong. I got Gakpo wrong. I've owned it. I have admitted it. I've got Endo wrong. I've owned it. I've admitted it. I got a whole lot wrong this season. I thought Arsenal will win the league. City ended up winning the league. It's just there's so much that I thought would happen that didn't happen. But my only problem with people is whenever they listen to me, Jack, or you, or anyone, they argue back with nonsense that doesn't exist in reality anymore. I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean now in a second. Stick around, my guy, Jack, and thank you for the super chat. Big up to Ed as well. Says Ray is a and ain't worth getting locked up for. This is true. This is true. He definitely ain't worth getting locked up for. Which is why I offered him a boxing or a UFC fight. Now, I don't think if he's a smart man, he should take either, but that's beside the point. So big up to you, Ed. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ed is such a fraud. I think him and Salman started the 1610 super chat. This guy's the first guy to drop a $16.10 super chat. Just as much as he hates the guy. So anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe, and let's just get to Calafiori. because I want to start with Calafiori. And Calafiori has a Liverpool section and an Arsenal section. And let me just talk about the Liverpool side of things first. I'm not even going to scream. I'm not even going to yell. I'm not even going to shout. I just find it funny how just, the one thing that I'm always, you were definitely the first, Ed. The one thing I find always funny when it comes to transfers, I've been wrong on a lot. I've made many mistakes. I've made many mistakes when it comes to judging Liverpool players. I've made many mistakes when it comes to a lot. When it comes to transfer window, I'm genuinely spot on when it comes to just predicting how my club moves and just talking about how the club operates and all that stuff. Guys, on the transfer stream before this, what did I say? I'm not even gonna scream. I'm not even gonna shout. What did I say? My problem is not actually the type of player we go with or the player we go with. My problem is the speed at which we do transfers. I said Liverpool Football Club do not win transfer wars. Liverpool Football Club do not win transfer activities where there's many clubs involved. Liverpool Football Clubs don't win, transfer fights with other clubs. We just don't. We just don't. It could be Chelsea, Arsenal, City, whoever. We just don't end up winning transfer wars because we don't offer more money or blah, 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 blah. And now, here we are. Here we go again, guys. It's the same story. There is a clear pathway opened up to someone. And as soon as there's a clear pathway opened up to someone, instead of us pouncing and acting quick, we operate so slow. We operate so lethargic. We operate like we are sleeping. You know what's funny? Let me tell you what's funny. You know what's funny? Liverpool actually is the one football club out the three that were at the top last season that needs the most business done. We need more business done than Arsenal. We need more business done than City. You want to know why we need more business done? I'm going to use the top red logic. Even using their logic, we need the most business done. Joel Matip is leaving the football club, which means we need a centre back. Correct? We need a centre back. This is the stuff that I dislike when it comes to speaking about Liverpool Football Club to top reds. It's just pointless. It's just pointless. Because people just never make actual, genuine, logical arguments when it comes to this. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even think it's FSG's fault at this point. I just think it's right now, as things stand, July 3rd, it can't be FSG's fault because even if our transfer budget is 100 million, that by fact means that we could have spent 41 million on Calafiori. This is the stuff that just confuses me and annoys me and it pisses me the F off. Guys, I'll use our own club as a successful example. Fabinho. The day after we lost the Champions League final, our first signing was Fabinho Tavares. The window wasn't open yet. There was no transfer window opens, none of that stuff. We woke up the next day and we signed Fabinho. And here come Liverpool Football Club waffling and being idiots once again. Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, whoever's in charge, I am not going to sit here and fight over, oh my God, is it Richard Hughes' fault? Is it Michael Edwards' fault? Wallahi, I don't care. I'm going to refer to them as upstairs. Whoever is upstairs for Liverpool Football Club needs to get his shit together or we are finished. People need to understand this. Let's say we're here and Chelsea are here. If we stay here and Chelsea go here, then it becomes a competition. And I don't want to compete with Chelsea. I want to compete with Arsenal. I want to compete with Man City. I want us to be serious next season. In case for the people at the back that are unaware of this, next season, there is Champions League, there is Premier League, there is Carabao Cup, there is FA Cup. And on top of all that, next season, Liverpool Football Club will be playing 8 group stage games, not 6. And there will be a playoff system in which we will have to fight to qualify for the round of 16. Guys, what's the point? Genuinely, what's the point? What is the actual point? Every time I make a point, people always, instead of actually arguing my point back, they just argue the way I argue it back. They're more interested in saying Hussam hasn't been to Anfield than actually arguing the point that I make. They're more interested in actually saying Hussam is a glory hunter than actually arguing my point back. and they argue the delivery over arguing the actual point. I made a crystal clear point 2 days ago. I said, guys, it's the speed at which we move that pisses me off. It's the speed. Because Calafiori is going to happen again, guys. Calafiori is going to be Lenny Yoro. And Lenny Yoro is going to be Inacio. And Inacio is going to be Antonio Silva. And Antonio Silva is going to be Mark Guehi. And Mark Guehi is going to be another guy. We always move so slow when it comes to the transfer market. It stinks. Why can't we move fast? Why can't we move quick? This is the biggest issue for me. The issue is not even the player. The issue is not even any of that stuff. The issue is how we act. You know, as Liverpool Football Club, you don't want to get involved in transfer market fights and wars because you cannot offer someone more money than another football club or higher wages or whatever the hell it is. We know that we operate as a small club in the transfer window. You know what a small club in the transfer window should do to avoid being eaten like a small club by the bigger sharks? They need to move quickly. They need to move quickly. And we must move quickly. People don't get the overarching big problem here. People don't get the bigger issue in this whole situation. The bigger issue in this whole situation is not even Calafiori. That's the thing. The problem is not a Calafiori problem. Even if we don't get Calafiori, that's besides the issue. That's besides the issue. The issue is how we operate. How do Liverpool Football Club operate? We're sat here with 15 people behind a computer screen, eating Oreo cookies, playing Super Mario, and ignoring everything that's happening around them. As soon as Juventus pulled out of the Calafiori deal, we should have made a bid that day, spoken to the player that day, got the player in that day. This is what a serious football club and a serious institution who needs to get shit done for next year operates like. This is how we should operate. And it's funny because I saw a tweet, someone sent it to me, and I was reading it, and one guy was like, you know, it's so funny how like Liverpool Football Club always sit back and we don't get like the sexiest thing in the transfer window, and we always end up getting a player that's 10 times the player. Ha 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 ha. My brother, we haven't won a league title in 5 years. In case you're unaware, we haven't won a Champions League in 6 years. These things used to be true 5 years ago. They are no longer true now. Look at our last transfer window. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Endo, Gravenberch. Which one of those four was an absolute success, consensus by everyone? Alexis McAllister. The year before that, it was Darwin Núñez and Fabio Carvalho. The less said about that, the better. Cody Gakpo. The January before that, it was Luis Diaz. This is the thing that I talk about. People exist still in 1920. Guys, it's not 2020 anymore. It's 2024. It's 2024. It's 2024 now. It's no longer 2020, where Liverpool, you know, sat back, allowed everyone to talk about Maguire and Sancho, but we snatched Konate from under everyone's ears, and we're moving intelligently and smartly. We allowed everyone to talk about Brandt and Götze, but we got Salah and Mane. This is not how we act. This is not how we act now. Our talent IDs and the players that we've signed over the last 3-4 years have been nothing short of the reason of our demise. Núñez was signed 2 summers ago. Diaz was signed 2 winters ago. Gakpo was signed a winter ago. McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Endo and Gravenberch were signed last summer. There are so many examples. There are so many examples of players, that we can sit here and we can talk about that we missed out on because of us bullshitting. This is the thing. This is the thing. It's simply the speed, you guys. The speed is the problem. The speed is the problem. Guys, push Calafiori to the side. I'm going to talk about Calafiori now to Arsenal and how it makes them dangerous and how it just basically gives them an extra edge when it comes to the Premier League. Guys, forget Calafiori. After Calafiori, we're going to look at Lenioro. And then he's going to go to Real Madrid. And then we're going to look at Inacio. And then he's going to go to Barcelona. And then we're going to look at Diomande. And then he's going to go to Man City or whatever. Guys, this is the shit that I talk about. It's simply the signs. The signs are there for all of you to see, but you choose to ignore the signs. Someone will come tell me, Hussam, how do you know Calafiori was our target or he wasn't our target? My brother, if he wasn't our target, he should become our target. This is it. This is it. You know what we're doing? We're sat on a table waiting for Real Madrid to walk away to go try sign Lenioro. That's how pathetic we operate in the transfer window. Our logic is, if Real Madrid don't want him, we'll have him. That's our logic. Imagine. 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 It's like I'm outside with Rere and I'm speaking to this 10 out of 10. And Rere is just sat in the corner waiting. What if Hussam doesn't want the 10 out of 10 and he walks away? And if I walk away from the 10 out of 10, Rere will try to pounce. That's basically how we operate. We're the Rere of the transfer market. That's just how we move. And you want to hear something that's even scarier? And I'm about to just ruin everyone's day and ruin everyone's expectations for the transfer market. Guys, I think there are a lot of football players who wanted to come to Liverpool Football Club to play for Jurgen Klopp over playing for Liverpool Football Club. That's genuinely what I believe. I think we're simply not as attractive as we think we are. We're really not. We're really not as attractive as we think we are. I think Jurgen Klopp possibly could have been like 70% of our pull. I'm not even joking. Jurgen Klopp could have been like 70% of our pull, and now that's gone. And now they got me a random bald guy from the Dutch league. I don't know how sexy or attractive that's going to be for a new player coming through the ranks or a player that wants to join Liverpool Football Club. I don't know how attractive that's going to be. And we just show such a lack of ambition, such a lack of quickness operating in the transfer market. This is the issue that I have. Guys, Calafiori. Juventus say no to Calafiori. All I want is for us, the day that Juventus say no, you want to be a Rere, right? Let's be a Rere all the way. Let's at least be a successful Rere instead of an unsuccessful Rere. Juventus say, we don't have enough money or blah, blah, blah. We're not going to pay the 41 million that Bologna want. You know what a Liverpool Football Club need to do at that moment in time? Liverpool Football Club need to do at that moment in time, hello, Bologna, how much do you want for Calafiori? 41 million? Okay, it's going to be in your bank account tomorrow. Hello, Calafiori, yalla, Liverpool Football Club. That's it. That's it. It's just so jarring. It's just so jarring because people act like transfers are a lot more complicated than they really are. If transfers are that complicated, tell me how we dropped 115 million on Caicedo in a 4-hour period if transfers are so difficult. Transfers aren't difficult. Buying players isn't difficult. If you pay the money and you make the agreement with the player is going to join your football club. Simple as. Simple as. Yeah, but that's my point, Jack. That's my point, Jack. If you know you're going to offer Calafiori 80 grand a week, at least do it early. It's not that difficult. If you know that you're going to offer Calafiori 80 grand a week, do it in June. Do it quick. This is the point, Jack. If you're going to offer them 80 grand a week, if you don't want to get involved in transfer wars, if you don't want to get involved in fights and bids and back and forths and sagas, do your thing quick. And this is the problem, Jack. Think about who we signed last year. McAllister, release clause. Soboslai, release clause. Gravenberg, nobody wanted him. Endo, nobody wanted him. Think about the players that we signed, Jack. Think. Release clause, release clause. Nobody wanted him, nobody wanted him. That's who we signed last summer. That's who we signed last summer. These are the things that we talk about, guys. These are the things that we talk about. If you know you're going to offer less money than Chelsea, and if you know you're less attractive than Arsenal, logic dictates move quick. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. If I know that Chelsea and City and these clubs are going to offer them higher wages, and if I know that we're less attractive than Arsenal and other clubs, move quick. That's all I'm saying. Move quick. I know I offer them less money. I know I'm not as attractive as other clubs. One thing that I can control is how quick I move. As soon as the Juve thing fell out, we should have been the one club to sign Calafiori that same exact day. And if he's not our target, he should become our target. We sat around and waited until Real Madrid is interested in Lenioro. The signs are there for all of you to see. But you all, a lot of you fail to acknowledge it, and a lot of you fail to see the signs. It's not Calafiori that's the problem. It's not Lenioro that's the problem. The problem is all these players where it's going to be a repeat process. The same thing will probably happen again with Inacio, or with Antonio Silva, or with Diomande, or with whoever. It's the same concept of issue. We have money. We're not broke. We're the one club alongside Tottenham Hotspur from the top four that could spend money without breaking a single PSR rule last January. We're complying with every single FFP thing. We have no issues when it comes to money. But we're sat on our ass waiting for a player to say no to a football club, or for a football club to say no to a player to pounce. Rere chose the right football club to support because we're the Reres. Liverpool Football Club is the Rere of the transfer window. That's who we are. That's who we are. And I've encountered people like 1 minute motivation my whole life. My whole life. I've encountered people like you for the last 3 years of doing YouTube. I'll tell you exactly how 1 minute motivation acts like. Because it's like a doctrine. It's like, you know, a DVD. It's like something on repeat. I'll tell you exactly how 1 minute motivation operates. I'll give you his timeline right now. Listen to the timeline because all of you have encountered this. Let me tell you 1 minute motivation timeline. June, the transfer window hasn't opened yet. Why are you angry, Hussam? July, the transfer window just opened. Why are you angry, Hussam? Let's wait until the end of the transfer window. The end of the transfer window. Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Just get behind the lads. Get behind the lads. Get behind the lads. That's it. It's the same exact doctrine DVD response every single summer. At the start, the transfer window hasn't opened yet. During, wait till the transfer window closes. And when the transfer window closes, there's nothing we can do about it now. The season is going to start. Just get behind the lads. Get behind the lads. Get behind the lads. That's it. It's the same doctrine DVD crap response over the last 3 years. You're saying, bro, stop assuming. I promise you right now, when August 31st comes, you'll be the first person in this chat to say, there's nothing we can do about it now. The season starts and we should just get behind the lads. That's 100% what you will say. You need to understand something, 1 minute motivation. I've lived this. I've lived this life for the last 3 years. It's nothing but a prototypical response. I'm trying to show you a sign, 1 minute motivation, but you choose to ignore the sign and you choose to focus on other irrelevant things that don't matter in the long term. Your responses in this chat have been, Hussam, what if he wasn't a target? Well, that's even more damning because he should be a target. That's number one. Number two, Hussam, what if he just wants to go to London? That goes back to my original point. If you know someone is more attracted to another football club and they can offer him more money, one thing that you can control is at least act quick. That's it. That's the only thing I'm saying. Act quick. What I can control is the speed at which I act as Liverpool Football Club. The speed is something I can control. And now, this is where I'm going to dunk on every single top red with a very simple point. Very simple point. If your excuse for Calafiori is the fact that he was at the Euros, tell me, where does Ederson from Atalanta play? Is he in the squad? Tell me where Ait Nouri is playing right now. Is Algeria part of the Euros or part of the Copa America without me realizing? Tell me, yalla. Here, I'm waiting. So Calafiori was at the Euros. Other clubs want him, no problem. Yalla, Ait Nouri, Ederson. Ait Nouri, Ederson. Yalla, tell me. Where are they? Yalla. Ait Nouri, Ederson. Let's go. Ait Nouri, Ederson. Talk to the people, Habibi. Yalla, let's do. See? There you are. See? 42 million pounds. 42 million pounds, and there's people saying that he wasn't our target. Make him our target then. Make him our target. If he isn't our target, make him our target. 42 million pounds is 10 million less than what we paid for Naby Keita. That's a steal. That's a steal. 42 million pounds is a steal in modern day football. That's the point. That's the point. It's a steal. And if Ederson is at Copa America, I stand corrected. No problem. Hussam got something wrong, Marius. See here, I admit I got something wrong. Where is Ait Nouri? Tell me, yalla. Every day, big up Abdul Hamid, he wakes up, he puts up a tweet. Ait Nouri wants Liverpool. Ait Nouri is unaffected by the fact that Klopp left. Ait Nouri wants to play for Liverpool Football Club. Ait Nouri wants to play with Liverpool Football Club. Ait Nouri wants to move to the red side. Yalla, tell me, where's Ait Nouri operating right now? Which Euro team does he play for? Which Copa America team does he play for? No one. No one. That's what he plays for. So, yeah. Good job, guys. We sat on our ass, and now he's going Arsenal. We can't wait for Slot's judgment on players. Not all of our players are gonna be around till training competition starts. We shouldn't wait on Slot's input anyway. I don't want Arne Slot's input on a single transfer. I don't want Arne Slot's input on a single transfer. I'm not trying to hear it from Arne Slot's perspective. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys can do the whole Arne Slot is the manager thing, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. Arne Slot is our head coach, and he should be nothing more than our head coach. And the reason why we got Edwards and Hughes is for us to operate as a football club in the image of Liverpool Football Club. Simple as. I don't want Liverpool Football Club to be in the image of Arne Slot. I want Liverpool Football Club to be in the image of Liverpool Football Club. Simple as. Simple as. He said he will be a head coach, and I want him to operate as a head coach. I don't want Arne Slot to give me a single opinion on Liverpool transfers at all. At all. I don't want to hear you say that Arne Slot wants a player. I don't want to hear someone tell me that Arne Slot wants a football player to begin with. As Liverpool Football Club, we need to build Liverpool Football Club in the image of Liverpool. Not in the image of Klopp, not in the image of Slot, not in the image of anyone. The football club, I think even 1 minute motivation, and Marius will agree with this. The football club needs to be the image of the football club. That's why players wanted to join Liverpool to play for Klopp more than they wanted to join Liverpool Football Club to play for Liverpool Football Club. And that's the most damning thing. That's why you build a club in the image of the club, not in the image of a manager. Simple as. Simple as. I do not want to hear anyone tell me that Arne Slot is going to train with these players. And what if he wants to keep Diaz? You know what I'll do if he wants to keep Diaz? I'd sell Diaz. On his head top, I'd sell Diaz. Because he's 28, he's not going to improve, he's not going to be any better. Sell him, get rid. Most successful club in Germany over the last 10 years, Bayern Munich, have built the club in the image of Bayern Munich, not in the image of any manager. Over the last 10 years, the most successful club in Spain has built Real Madrid in the image of Real Madrid, not in the image of any manager. And even Manchester City are not building a club in the image of Pep Guardiola. They're building a club in the image of Manchester City. And you know what proves that? The signing of Erling Haaland. Because that's the furthest thing away from a Pep Guardiola player than you can ever imagine. So I don't want Slot involved. And all eyes for me are on Edwards and Hughes. I will not be blaming Slot for any signing. It's on those two to get the signings done. Big up to Lex, who just says big up. Big up to you. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Big up to you for the super chat. Big up to Tony, who says, I think the players are a little bit put off right now from Liverpool, showing no ambition to replace the aging players that will have to leave in a few years. I agree with you. 100%. The way that we operate, Tony, first of all, big up to you for the super chat. It's been a while since I've seen you. Second of all, the way that we operate is not conducive to building a successful institution that has sustainable winning over and over and over and over again. And this is where the problem lies, Tony. Because players sit back and notice this shit. But if the transfer window started, I signed Ederson directly. And then I signed Ait Nouri directly. Even players will take a step back and go like, yo, Liverpool ain't messing around. Liverpool are being serious in this transfer window, and Liverpool want to win, and Liverpool want to succeed. You know, that's what I'll say. Liverpool want to win, Liverpool want to succeed. And that's what I'll say. So you're 100% spot on, even as a rival fan. Anyway, I want to talk about Calafiori from Arsenal's perspective, and this is what Karimi brings up. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Please slap the like button. Please subscribe right now. Stop what you're doing. Hit the like button and subscribe. Big up to Tony, Karimi, Lex, Ed, and Jack for the super chats. Like and subscribe. Guys, This Is Football is a channel for everyone. It's not just for Liverpool fans. So we're going to talk about Calafiori from Arsenal's perspective. Does it even make sense for Arsenal to go after Calafiori when they have Saliba and Gabriel? Yes, it makes sense. And this is where I'm going to dunk on all the Arsenal fans now. Watch this. If you're an Arsenal fan and you say, I don't want Calafiori because I want Gabriel and Saliba, you're a loser. And you're exactly the type of person that Lee Gunner cooks, and he's right. And I'll tell you why. You sit back and you watch a club that you're supposed to compete against. Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, Akanji, John Stones. And there's a guy I always forget. Who's the guy that I always forget? There's another guy I always forget. 5 center backs. You've got Calafiori, Timber, Saliba and Gabriel, Tomiyasu and Ben White. Isn't that what you're supposed to do to compete with Manchester City to begin with? As an Arsenal fan, the one thing, if I'm an Arsenal fan, the one thing I would want is for us to, Guardiola is the one I forget. The one thing I would want is for us 100% to sign Calafiori. 100%. There is no, don't stop getting, Karimi, I love you. Stop getting attached to the player. Don't get attached to the player. Want your football club to be more successful. And now I ask you a question. And I ask this to everyone in the chat, regardless who you support. Who's a better left back? Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, or Calafiori? Who's a better left back? Tell me right now if you're an Arsenal fan or whoever you support. Give me one word answer in the chat right now. Do you want me to bring out Calafiori's statistics? You want me to tell you the statistics of Calafiori? I can give you Calafiori statistics as well, because it's going to be scary hours for you if I give you Calafiori statistics. If I give you Calafiori statistics, it's going to be very scary for you. You want to hear his where he is in terms of percentiles? He's in the 80th percentile passes attempted, 80th percentile pass completion rate, 92nd percentile in take-ons, progressive passes 88th percentile, progressive carries 81st percentile, tackles 75th percentile, interceptions 96th percentile, blocks 72nd percentile, and he's even in the upper 98th percentile of shot creating actions as a center back. Imagine. And he's in the 99th percentile of assists as a center back. If he's very good on the ball and he passes the ball out from the back with ease and he can keep the ball well, what's stopping you from playing him left back? Why does he have to be a Saliba or a Gabriel replacement? Why can't he play with them? But you'll tell me, Hussam, Jurian Timber is there. Okay. Competition for places. Arsenal fans, let me introduce you to a theory, theology, concepts. Competition for places. If I go Calafiori on the left, Saliba and Gabriel as a centre-back partnership, on the right, I've got Ben White and I've got Jurian Timber. Let them fight. Whichever one performs better should be the starter. Don't get attached to Ben White. Don't get attached to Timber. Don't get attached to anyone. Do not get attached to any single player. Always look at the big picture. Who are Arsenal competing with for the league next season? Manchester City. But from Manchester City's perspective, when Ake plays like shit, Guardiola starts. When Stones plays like shit, Diaz starts. When Diaz plays like shit, Akanji starts. There is no such thing called too much quality. Have you ever heard someone say, this team has too much quality? Have you ever thought who the midfielders for Real Madrid are? Think the Real Madrid midfielders. Camavinga, Chouameni, Toni Kroos, Modric. Who else? Who else? Think. Valverde. All of those start for Arsenal. But they coexist in the same exact club. How's that a thing? So when you sit here as an Arsenal fan, yeah, I haven't even mentioned Arda Güler. I haven't even mentioned Brahim Diaz. I haven't even mentioned them. By the way, all of them start for all our football clubs. All of them. All of them. To Arda Güler, they all start for our football clubs. I want you as an Arsenal fan, and I'm not doing the standards I've seen, but I'm just being completely honest with you. I just want you to think the same way a City fan perhaps would think, or someone like that perhaps would think. Stop getting dragged, Karimi, and every Arsenal fan listening in the chat right now, to a war with your own players because, quote unquote, we have Saliba and Gabriel. Where is Calafiori gonna start? Guess what? If Calafiori is better than Saliba and Gabriel, he takes their place. Who cares? Who cares? The target and the aim for an Arsenal fan should be making Arsenal better, taking that next step, try to win the league, try to win the Champions League. So next season, you can shut off all Arteta out operation once and for all. Once and for all. Shut them down. Win something. And you know how you can do that? With quality in depth. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example. You have a Champions League quarter-final against Bayern Munich. Gabriel gets ill. He's sick. Doesn't Saliba and Calafiori fill you with so much confidence? Why are you sat here as an Arsenal fan operating like a loser in your mind? Don't do that. Don't get attached to players. If there's a player better than Saka, get him in. If there's a player better than Odegaard, get him in. If there's a player better than Rice, better than Saliba, better than Gabriel, get them in. It doesn't matter. For me, with Calafiori, I think he fits Arsenal like a glove because it wouldn't even be competition with Saliba and Gabriel to begin with. He's just going to play left back. He's just going to play left back. Calafiori is so clear of Tomiyasu and of Zinchenko and of any left back you have. You can't operate in the mindset of a loser where you just get attached to players and you completely put the club out the way. Let me tell you, if I'm Arsenal, what I would do. I would sign Calafiori, 100% I would sign Calafiori. 100% because he fits Arsenal Football Club like a glove. He's an incredible defender. He's very versatile. He passes out the back with his eyes closed. He can pass out from the back. I play Calafiori left back. I play Gabriel and Saliba as centre-back partners. And then I let Timber and Ben White fight for the right-back position. That's it. Arsenal fans, You don't have to sit up here and get attracted so much to a football player that you put them above your club. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, Calafiori is better than Gabriel and he benches Gabriel. Good. That means you're going to be better. Don't operate in the mindset of getting so attached to a football player and instead not letting your football club be successful. And Liverpool fans, I'm sorry to say this, Arsenal is a more attractive player. Arsenal are a more attractive club, sorry, for a player to join than my own football club. And I can own that. I'm a man. I'll take my L's when I have to take them. There are two more attractive clubs than Liverpool in the Premier League. Arsenal and City. They have continuity. They have sustainability. They're smart. And they've had 2 title races in a row. Currently, as things stand, they're a more attractive club than us. That doesn't mean they're bigger than us. I think even Arsenal fans will tell you Liverpool are a bigger club. That's beside the argument. The argument is, if I'm a football player, put all your emotions to the side. Forget who you support. Okay? Push all that to the side. Think logically. Who would you rather join, Arsenal or Liverpool? Of course, the honest answer is Arsenal. Now, for me, as Hussam, because I'm a Liverpool fan, I'd of course choose Liverpool. But I'm saying from a generality perspective, probably 70%, 75% would choose Arsenal, and the rest would choose Liverpool. Liverpool are a bigger football club than Arsenal. That doesn't mean they're more attractive right now, because Liverpool and Arsenal are both bigger than Man City, but Man City are probably more attractive to join right now. And you know what? You know why I had that reaction to Karimi? You know today what one of the news that I read is that Manchester City want Kimmich and Kimmich wants Manchester City. Why you think Arsenal fans and United fans and Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans send me super chats and support the channel and listen to what I have to say? Because I'm being objective and I'm giving you genuine responses, genuine argument. You're worried about Saliba and Gabriel as Manchester City go sign Kimmich. As Manchester City go sign Kimmich. So where do we go from here? You think Pep Guardiola and Man City are sat back going like, we have Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and KDB. Where is Kimmich going to fit in? They don't give a shit. They don't care. They're signing the player regardless. And this is how you should operate as an Arsenal fan. Logic, club success over player success. Big up to my guy, JDJ Madrid, who says players are just employees, my club above all else. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, the Real Madrid mentality. This right here is the Real Madrid mentality. Real Madrid fans don't care about a single player. Real Madrid won more Champions Leagues than Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United over the last 6 years since Cristiano Ronaldo. Imagine, not Saliba and Gabriel, since Cristiano Ronaldo left. One of the goats of football. How many Champions Leagues did they win ever since then? How many? How many Champions Leagues? They won 3 Champions Leagues. 6-year period. 6-year period. After Cristiano Ronaldo left their football club, they won 3 Champions Leagues. Liverpool got 1, United got 0, Arsenal got 0, City got 1. Like, it just tells you all you need to know. It just tells you all you need to know. Because of the mentality of JDJ and other Real Madrid fans, they don't care. Carlo, Zidane, whoever is the manager, whoever is the player, we want to win. The argument coming from a lot of supporters is that they should be focused more on the attack. Completely understand your side of the door. This is also wrong, Karimi. This is also wrong. Because Jacob Kivior's performances and Tomiyasu's, how can I say this? Lack of availability at times, you could argue cost Arsenal at points in time this season. So you need availability. And Karimi, on top of that, as Arsenal Football Club, you should do both. Get you somebody who can do both. That's what you need. Don't sit back, sign Calafiori, and then sit on your ass and do nothing. No. Sign Calafiori and then sign a forward. Do both. Do both. Because Arsenal has the money and Arsenal can operate like a big football club, and you should be doing both those things, Karimi. Never settle. Never settle. Always want more. Mark my words, Liverpool will not sign any player this window. John W. Henry will give us lollipop next summer, major rebuild, plus who will play under slot. Samir, I disagree with you here. I still think we're going to sign players, but I don't think it's going to be of the quality required or of the amount required. I said at the start of the transfer window, this transfer window, Liverpool Football Club need quality and quantity, and I think we need both. Big up to Tony, Jack, Ed, Lex, Karimi, JDJ, and Samir for the super chats. Big up to every single one of you guys. We are only at 200 likes. There's 620 people watching. Let's get to 300 likes ASAP. Stop what you're doing right now. Mods, keep pushing. Let's get to the like count up right here, right now. So that's my thoughts on Calafiori. I'm going to talk about Kimmich to Man City now and the other topics. And the reason why I want to talk about Kimmich to Man City straight after Calafiori to Arsenal, because this responds to everything that the likes of Karimi and others say. With all due respect, Karimi, I have nothing against you. I have nothing against any Arsenal fan in the chat. Your club is your club. Your opinion is your opinion. I cannot dictate how you think. What I'm going to say is the following. Joshua Kimmich, according to the reports, is hellbound on joining Manchester City. A Manchester City fan or a Manchester City director or someone who works for Manchester City or simply supports Manchester City is not sat back saying, we have Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, Matheus Nunes, KDB and Rodri. Why do we need Kimmich? We have Kyle Walker. Why do we need Kimmich? They don't think that way. Manchester City fans want Kimmich, Bruno Guimaraes, and they want a forward, and they want a winger, and they want everything. And they want everything. Or how did they win 2 Champions Leagues when they beat us in 2 finals? They just beat Borussia Dortmund. That's 3. Nice one, though. Anyway, back to the topic. Listen. When it comes to the way that we operate and the way that we behave, Manchester City are the complete opposite. Manchester City are the complete opposite. They're going for Joshua Kimmich. Now, I think personally for me, if Joshua Kimmich goes to Manchester City, beating them is going to be nearby impossible because they're midfield 3. And listen, people can say that they're there, that he's gonna play right back and all that stuff. I don't think he's gonna play right back personally. I think he's gonna play in midfield. A midfield 3 of Kimmich, Rodri, and Kevin De Bruyne is gonna be an absolutely unstoppable midfield. It's gonna be an unstoppable midfield that you simply cannot stop. Cannot stop that midfield. And I think, you know, we sit back here, we wonder with City, when are the charges gonna drop and when exactly are they gonna, you know, get sentenced to jail and when exactly is any of that stuff gonna happen. The issue, my brothers and sisters watching this video, is the following. Manchester City, with the ambition that they have and the way that they operate, is never ever gonna put them out of business soon. Manchester City are always gonna want to win. And, you know, as much as we sit here and we say 115 charges and we say all of that stuff, at the end of the day, Manchester City operate in a winning fashion. I mean, the Sheikh Khaldoon has said multiple times, you know, it's like we want to get the best in class. We don't care. We want to win. We want to win. We want to win. Want to win more, win more, win more, win more. And I think this is kind of what separates the cities from the Arsenals and the Liverpools, is the fact that they operate in the transfer window in a manner that is conducive to winning. That's just the reality of the situation. When you operate in a manner that's conducive to winning and you just fill all your holes, you know, that you have in your team, you end up winning and you end up being successful. And this, for me, is the biggest issue with my club and looking at Arsenal as well from the outside looking in, is sometimes you just move too lethargic, too slow, not as serious as you should be. And then you end up in a position where you simply sit back in May and just go like, yeah, but City have 115 charges. Kimmich is available for Arsenal as well. And I think Kimmich would be incredible for Arsenal. I think a midfield three of Kimmich, Rice, and Odegaard is just as dangerous as the City midfield. That's the thing. And this is why you have to sit back sometimes and you have to let all your love for all your players go out from the way and always look at what makes your team better. Because I'll tell you guys something. I think we can all acknowledge in the chat, everyone in the chat can acknowledge and can accept that Thomas Partey is an incredible player. Just like Thiago Alcantara is an incredible player. Just like all these players are incredible players. You want to hear the problem? They cannot stay fit. Reece James, despite people thinking Hussam has a Chelsea agenda, he's a very good player, but he's never fit. He's never available. He's never there when you need him. Diogo Jota, same thing. Diogo Jota is there to play for Liverpool when we're playing Bournemouth at home. But when we're playing City, or when we're playing Arsenal, or when we're playing United, he's nowhere to be found. He's nowhere to be found. That's why you need to have reliable players in your team. Now, with Thomas Partey, I think he's a fantastic player. I think every time he's played, he's shown his quality, he's shown his worth, he's shown exactly what he's made of. The problem is he's never fit. Never ever fit. And this is the issue with them. Never fit. Never fit. And that's kind of the problem that happens for Arsenal. It's like, when Arsenal are playing, Bournemouth at home, Partey's there, but when they need him, he's not there. And I think Kimmich, probably you need him more at Arsenal than you need him at City. And I think he makes Arsenal better. Because one thing we've always spoken about is signing winners and the positive impact that it has on a team. Now, Kimmich has won it all. Champions League, league titles, World Cup. He could simply walk into the Arsenal squad, put his balls on the table, put his medals on the table, and tell the whole world, yo, this is exactly why you should listen to me. Declan Rice, you want to become a better player? Listen to me. Odegaard, you want to become a better player? Listen to me. It's upgrading a leader for Arsenal. That's where it's different. So from Manchester City's perspective, the reason why it's different is because they're all winners. They're all winners. Arsenal's perspective, you upgrade your leader from Jorginho to Kimmich. With all due respect to Jorginho, Kimmich is levels above. Even from a leadership perspective, even from what he's won perspective. So this is what I'll say. People need to understand that the way that Arsenal Football Club are operating in the transfer window need to be stronger, and it should just genuinely just mirror or become better than what Manchester City are doing. Because I'll be honest with you, if Joshua Kimmich signs for Manchester City, I'll be shitting myself. I don't think there is a world in which we will be successful or win anything or do anything if he signs for them. This is the thing that I say. Like, unless Southampton eliminate them in the Carabao Cup and we get a Carabao Cup again, it's going to be very difficult. Now, I think Arsenal have a better chance, but Arsenal need to get their business sorted and business done. And funny, because this stream is Arsenal heavy, to be honest with you, considering the last two players we have to talk about too. But Joshua Kimmich to Manchester City is going to be absolutely scary. He's already played under Pep Guardiola. He knows all about the Pep style of coaching. He's a fantastic passer of the football. He can dictate tempo. He's versatile, can play DM, can play even 8 probably if he wanted to, can play on the right. Inverted right back, just typical right back. Whatever you want from Joshua Kimmich, he can give you. Can play with both feet. I don't need to give you detailed stats of Joshua Kimmich because Joshua Kimmich, consensus agreement, is a baller. Consensus agreement is a fantastic football player. And he can help take Arsenal to the next level and he can help solidify Manchester City. Let me read the super chats. Big up to Katsande, who says it's a bit of an L of Liverpool's. It's a bit of an L what? Of Liverpool signed players late. We got pre-season. Most of our players coming back late and a new manager. What are they waiting for? Yeah. This is the thing as well. We cannot wait. We really cannot wait. This is true. We cannot wait. And it makes no sense that we're waiting to begin with, my guy Katsande. And on top of that, we've already seen reports and we've seen Arne Slot himself talk about head coach. Okay. if he's the head coach, then any transfer we make is not Arne Slot's fault. I refuse to blame Arne Slot for any transfer. It's all the club's fault. Whether it be Edwards, Hughes, blah, blah, blah. I'm not interested in who exactly. All I know, it's all their fault. Simple as. Simple as. We must build a football club in the image of Liverpool, not in the image of any manager. Big up to Vin, man like Vinicius. The fact that City have the most ambition despite constantly winning year after year is a horrible indictment on the mentality of our football club. This is the thing that I was trying to tell the Arsenal fan early on. I was saying, listen, don't get emotionally attached to a player or emotionally attached to a system or emotionally attached to anything. You should want your club to win all the time. And when you look at Manchester City, that's how they're operating. Imagine your midfield options are Matheus Nunes, Rodri, Kovacic, Kevin De Bruyne. We haven't even spoken about Rico Lewis playing in midfield. We haven't even mentioned about Phil Foden. We haven't even mentioned them. And they're going out to go get Joshua Kimmich. That tells you all you need to know about the way they operate and why they constantly win. While we sit back and we say, man, I think Darwin Núñez deserves another chance. I think Luis Diaz deserves another chance to cook under this new manager. Bro, you know what's funny? Vin, Endo himself came out and said, we need a DM. Wallahi, what more you want? Our own DM said we need a DM. Vin, this destroys every argument of everyone, ever. Imagine your DM coming out and saying we need a DM. What? Your own DM, Vin, came out and said we need a DM. Tells you all you need to know. To be honest with you. It just tells you all you need to know. Now, on to the last kind of two topics of the stream. And I'm going to combine both of them together because I've got straight facts after this as well. Big up to all of you guys. Have we got to 300 likes yet? Nope, we haven't got to 300 likes yet. Let's get to 300 likes. There's 600 people watching. It helps the channel out, especially during the stuff period. I can't wait for the Euros to be over. So we're back talking transfers and Premier League and stuff like that. We're 60 likes away. 60 likes away from 400, 300 likes. Let's get there. Hit the like button. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Yeah, actually, he said it. Just 30 of you haven't liked it, who haven't subscribed, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out. Thank you guys so much. Big up to Vin, Katsande, Dak, Ed, Lex, Tony, Karimi, GDJ, sorry, and Samir for the super chats. I'm going to combine the Chelsea and United section in one section. I'm going to say something about Arsenal during the section, but people shouldn't go mad because I feel like it's just related. One of the reported pieces of information is that Nico Williams wants to move to Chelsea, or he's considering Chelsea or stuff like that. Now, I don't even think this is what Chelsea need to begin with. I feel like Chelsea are just busy copying people's homework at this point. It just makes no sense. But the other reported news is that he wants to move to Barcelona. Now, if I'm in Arsenal's perspective, I go for Nico Williams. I sign Nico Williams. I think Arteta can definitely, fine-tune the sides that he has. With Chelsea Football Club, I think Nico Williams moving to Chelsea would be essentially the death sentence for him. Death sentence. His stocks are way too high to move to a graveyard like Chelsea right now. That's just the reality of the situation. His stocks are way too high. Like, Nico Williams' stocks after this Euros is going to be probably at its highest level ever. Highest level ever of stocks. I don't think his stocks will ever be higher than this. Unless he becomes really better. Now, personally, I think sometimes as Premier League fans, we kind of live in our own bubble and we think that everyone wants to play for our clubs. Guys, Nico Williams probably dreams of playing for Barcelona or Real Madrid. Spanish players want that. Portuguese players want that. South American players, they always want that, And we live in our own bubble where they think, oh, yeah, he's going to choose Chelsea over Barcelona. He isn't. Barcelona is going to be his main target. But if Barcelona cannot afford him, maybe that's where it opens up the lane for Chelsea to sign him. Now, if I'm in Nico Williams's place and I get a call from Iqbali, I'm closing the phone in his ears directly. I'm like, yo, hello, Nico Williams. This is Iqbali. I'm hitting the red button directly. I would rather stay at Athletic Bilbao, develop the way I play, become a lot better than join Chelsea Football Club. I think the way that Chelsea Football Club operating currently is way too rash, way too quick. Quick to sack managers, quick to get rid of managers. There's no clear direction. They aren't really building a club in the image of the club. The fact that they signed Dewsbury Hall for me is red flags. I think he's an okay player. He's a good player. Nothing against him, but it's just red flags all over. And I think, they sacked Pochettino because, he wanted to get involved in the transfer window. And their first signing that involves money and actual, not football sperm, is a former Enzo Maresca player. So that shows you all you need to know about Chelsea Football Club and the way that they operate, the way that they act. And I think this is why if I'm in Nico Williams' place, I'm not moving to Chelsea at all. Not moving to Chelsea at all. Now, Joshua Zirkzee, Manchester United. In reverse with Manchester United, and this is why, today's element of conversation is building a club in the image of the club. And I think genuinely that is what Manchester United are doing. They tried to build the club in the image of Van Gaal, failed. They tried to build the club in the image of Mourinho, failed. They tried to build the club in the image of Ten Hag, failed. What they need to do to make Manchester United better and to make Manchester United good and to make Manchester United great is to build a football club in the image of Manchester United, not in the image of any manager or any player or anyone like that. That's just the bottom line. That is simply the bottom line of the situation, and there is nothing that can change this information. And I think the way that Manchester United are operating is actually quite smart. And I'll tell you what I mean. Hello, Everton. How much you want for Branthwaite? 70 million. Hang up the phone. I'm going to go to someone else. Delete. I'm going to go to Lenny Oro. I'm going to go to all these options. They're keeping their options open. They're looking very smartly at spending money in quite a smart way in which they're not overspending money, where there is no overkill. Because here's the thing, let's be honest, guys. Probably 2 years ago only, 2 years ago, if Manchester United called Everton and they said, we want 70 for Branthwaite, they would have probably paid it. 2 years ago, I think we all agree they probably paid the 70 million for Branthwaite. Now, though, as things stand, they're not paying it. They're not paying it. And I think this is what creates the separation from a smart football club versus not a smart football club. This here is what creates the separation. This here is what creates the thought process of it. And I'll give you an example. I'll use my own football club so people don't get triggered. Let's say Liverpool called Bologna. Bologna said, we want 100 million for Calafiori. If that is the case, then I think us not signing him is a smart decision. Because you can't overpay for players, because all you get is you get the likes of an Anthony and you get the likes of a Nunez and you get the likes of all these players, Mudryk, who are on very high price tags with all the pressure of the world on them, who cannot deliver for the most part. I think you look at the expensive transfers over the last 10 years, to be fair, and the best one is probably Virgil van Dijk, and the rest of the expensive players, you could say Declan Rice is a success, but other ones, 60 million is where, people draw the line for successful versus unsuccessful transfers. Most of the people, below 60, you can find a lot of success. And Joshua Zirkzee, he's a young striker. He's still inexperienced. He isn't of that level yet. I think he had a good season for Bologna this year. I have no idea why Koeman is not giving him a chance over Allen Iverson. I don't know why. Don't ask me. But I think Man United are operating in a very smart perspective, in which if a player is saying no, they're not just paying what the club wants. Even if a player is saying yes, they're not paying what another football club wants. And I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what Everton are smoking, asking for 70 million for Branthwaite. Because if Branthwaite is worth 70, then Saliba is worth 400. Like, it's just you just cannot operate in such a way in which you sit back and you think that it's okay for Everton to want 70 million, 70 million for Branthwaite, because it makes no sense to me, and it should make no sense to anyone. It just makes no sense whatsoever. And this is why they need to move smartly. And this is how they're moving smartly in the window, because today they're linked to De Ligt as well. And now, because of all the options that they have, I actually think it's no longer Ten Hag making these decisions. And I think Ten Hag has kind of moved in a way in which now he's the head coach and he's operating as the head coach. You know, she's just operating as a head coach, making the decisions as a head coach, and you guys do the transfers. No, this is so wrong, CJ. You shouldn't pay Everton what they want. This is just BS, my brother. It's just BS. You know, you always need to keep your options open, be smart in the window, operate in a smart fashion, or else you will end up like United did under a Mourinho and under a Van Gaal and under all these managers. Crap. Simple as. So anyway, the stream is going to come to an end. We're going to be taking you over to the football terrace. I want you guys to just spam something on the football terrace. I'm going to be there as well. Just copy paste this message. I want you all to spam in the chat Hussam Raid over there on the football terrace chat box. Please go spam Hussam Raid in it. Big up to Vin, Katsande, Jack, Ed, Lex, Tony, Karimi, JDJ, and Samir for the super chats. Big up every single super chatter. Thank you guys so much. Big up everyone who supports the channel. We're only 30 likes away from 300. Let's get to 300, likes. Before you guys leave the stream, hit the like button, subscribe to This Is Football. Thank you guys so much for joining us on another stream. And we'll see you guys over on the football terrace. Hussam Raid on the football terrace. Peace.